Alright guys, what's up? What's going on? Now it's time
Oh,
to review yet another crappy arcade machine. And this one is Captain America and the Avengers. And oh my gosh, I can't believe I would hate anything this much from Marvel.
huh.
Oh my gosh. What did you think
Well,
about
I
this one,
mean,
Andre? I'm gonna reserve
well,
myself.
right, Slam, I'll let you know. It wasn't a terrible game.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was just very generic and mediocre.
That's why.
It just didn't stand out. It just kind of took something that was popular, which was the beat 'em up side-scrolling brawler game, which was along the lines of Double Dragon, and it just put Marvel characters in there. Captain America. Uh, yeah, it was. I've played games that are worse, but
Oh my gosh, how
it,
could
believe me, they get
oh
worse.
my
This one
gosh.
was
Like
just.
an arcade
It's
arcade machine gets worse.
Oh yeah, oh of
How
course.
how could it get how could it get worse? Oh my gosh. This game
Uh,
sucked. I never thought I
huh,
would get I mean, I've never gotten this bored playing anything and so frustrated playing an arcade machine. And I normally don't like arcade or like machines like in my spare time. Like that won't be the number one thing I go to. But if I went
yep.
to this thing, I would hate myself doing it. Like I've never hated myself playing an arcade machine until I played this thing. Oh my gosh.
So, huh,
This thing's
there's one. There's a Superman arcade game that I think is a little worse.
But yeah, let's talk about this one though. This one is just awful.
Right, so uh
Like I guess
it
it's a two player, right? Or is it a four player? It's a four
can't
player.
you could probably get it you could get the game probably in 2 or 4 player versions. Actually looking at photos they all appear to be 4 player.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because I remember like we didn't have four people doing it, so I can't like there's other controllers too. I didn't remember if we could like control them if like it's like another control or something for that player.
Yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, this game sucks. You get to play Iron Man and Cap. You get the choice of four characters: Iron Man, Captain America, Hawkeye, and he doesn't even look like the movie Hawkeye. So how would a normal person know who this guy is? Like I didn't even know who this guy was going up to him. It's like who the
Yeah.
hell is this? And I found out it was Hawkeye. I
Yup.
was like, oh my gosh, this is Hawkeye. And then the Silver
Yup.
Surfer. Like how? Why
Silver
would you have
Surfer.
this? Like all these people, all these characters are like they're pretty much human, and then you have the Silver Surfer, who's like this immortal alien, kind of like Superman, except he surfs in the air. Like all his power comes from his surfboard, I guess. That is
Yup.
that's just
There's
out.
actually go ahead.
That is just so out of place. Like why? Who want like? Who would you want to be? Like a soldier, a guy in a metal suit, a guy that shoots arrows, or do you want to be like this silver Superman? I want to be the silver Superman every day. Like, why would
Oh
you
yeah.
like that? That's kind of cheating. That
It
where's
really is.
where's the Hulk? Where's
Yeah.
why wouldn't you have the Hulk here? Where's Spider-Man? Why couldn't you be Spider-Man? This came out in the 70s, right? Like I would assume so.
No, 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 no. No, you assumed so
Oh
incorrectly
my
that I'm gonna
gosh.
have to
Oh my
take points away from your grade,
because
actually.
this is like 70s comic book like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
drawings. What
Yeah, they probably did that on purpose.
what year did this game come out? I'm dreading this.
I'm gonna guess based on the graphics. Let's see. Let me look here. Graphics are 16-bit. 1991. Yeah,
Oh
that's about when.
my
Yes.
gosh.
Um,
1991.
I mean, the graphics look
Holy crap.
very acceptable. It's just the gameplay is so mediocre.
Oh
It,
my
it's just
oh my gosh.
so bland.
This is like 70s to 60s type of artwork, and
That's
it
okay.
came out
They
in
did that.
1991. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
That's okay.
No, it's not.
They're probably trying to make it have that kind of vibe to it.
Why? Like they were coming
Why
out with
not?
because they were coming out with better like comic book aesthetics. Why would you want to go back to like the crappy stuff when
Fair
you've
enough.
improved so much?
Fair enough. I think for an arcade game that was generic like this, oh, Data East, oh yeah, they're known for generic games.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is one of their. This is a solid example of a generic game. Yeah.
So you might be wondering, ladies
Take,
and gentlemen, what the gameplay is like. Well, it's kind of
take Double Dragon
d-
and make it
like
uh
Mario, I
Captain.
guess.
No, it's not anything like Mario. It's Captain America and the Avengers, but you replace the Double Dragon characters with Captain America and the Avengers, and that's pretty much what this is. So it's not a bad game. It just kind of it loses its appeal, I guess. It was just really generic.
So in
It
Double,
was
I've
not
never played
original.
Double
That's
Dragon
what it
before, but do you have to like in Double Dragon, do you travel around? Like you fight this
Yeah.
like you travel from one point to another, or is it just like Mortal Kombat where you're just like on one platform or something?
No, it's like this Captain America game where you actually you walk to the right, then you stop and beat up the enemies, and you rinse and repeat.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. Also, like I'm a casual gamer, as you know. I could
Yes.
like I beat these things faster than life itself. They were just it was too easy. I got bored. How can I get
Yeah.
bored? Like I got bored winning. It was so easy. That's not good.
That no, not at all. And the fact that it was Marvel and you still were bored,
Yeah.
that's that's amazing.
Plus Hawkeye looks stupid. Oh my gosh.
He does.
And I know like Hawkeye I guess didn't look like this. I don't think Hawkeye looked like this in 1991. I could be wrong. I mean, jump in the comments below if I'm wrong, because I'm not totally familiar with Hawkeye lore, but I mean, I would assume that like this is during the time when Captain America was getting more dark and gritty, and Daredevil was already dark and gritty. Batman was dark and gritty. I would assume Hawkeye, like if the Hawkeye run was on, it would get dark and gritty. I don't think he'd be running around with the purple suit. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
no. Oh,
This game sucks. The
said
artwork
the
the artwork I
nerd.
guess is fine, I guess. Like I know they were going for like the 70s tint, I guess. Like this the Marvel Super Friends type of thing, not the Justice League Super Friends or whatever. It's like this other Avengers thing, but maybe that's what they were going for, but I don't know. I hated it.
It lacked the Hulk and Spider-Man, and that I think hurt it some.
It lacked the popular characters. I mean, people knew who Captain America was, but back in 1991, hardly anybody knew who Iron Man, Hawkeye, or the Silver Surfer were. And that,
Actually, the Silver Surfer had his own Nintendo Entertainment System game,
well,
and
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
okay.
extremely difficult, and the AVGN has a video on it. If you'd
Well,
like to
yeah,
learn more about it.
yeah, that's true.
Mm,
But yeah, so I guess the Silver Surfer may have been like popular back then, but I don't know.
could have been.
I mean,
Well, we weren't then, so we wouldn't know.
yeah, I know. But I mean, Spider-Man and the Hulk, they had their own shows. So I would like Spider-Man had like I think two cartoons and a short-lived crappy live action show before
Yup,
this game came out. And I know
yup.
the Hulk had at least one cartoon and had the live action show with Lou Ferrigno. But I mean,
Dr. David Banner.
why wouldn't you
Oh, no.
capitalize on that? Like all Marvel had all the rights before the crash. This is like before the crash. So what the heck? I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, I don't want to talk about this game anymore. This game sucks. I want to move on to something else. What would you give this?
Uh, I'd give it an F plus.
Oh my gosh, I was going to say that, but an F plus. I
I
would.
think that's suitable. It has a little bit of appeal because it's kind of like Double Dragon, but the fun factor wears off quickly, and it is just a very generic side-scrolling beat 'em up game that is basically a Double Dragon copy, and there's a bunch more out there like it, I'm sure.
Yeah, this
So,
is this game's stupid. I would, since F plus isn't a real grade,
I
unfortunately, I
made
would give it maybe a D minus.
that's very generous of you.
Yeah, the only reason I would give it a D minus is because the graphics look somewhat good. Like they're from the comic books.
That- That's true.
They're not like, some crap or whatever, some kind of like artistic interpretation or what have you.
Oh yeah,
They actually look like they're from the comic books, and it kind of reminds me of the Marvel comic or the Marvel cartoon, I guess, that's popular in like the
yeah.
70s, I guess,
It does. It does.
to an extent. But I mean, this is way past. It's way past that time. I mean, if they, if Marvel wasn't already going into if DC and Marvel weren't already going into like the comic book crash, this is kind of, I think, the beginning of the end, honestly.
Could have been.
Or the beginning of it, the whole thing. I don't know. Anyway, comment, let us know what you think of this game. Do you like it? I would highly doubt it. Although I could be
Yeah, I
wrong.
would too.
People, I could be wrong. People do love the Rooms movies. So comment,
Ah,
let us know, subscribe, ring that bell. More reviews coming your way, and take care.
have a good one, folks.